Hey guys, gonna be live tomorrow for the day 1 raid around 3 to 4 Eastern. Come check me out at twitch.tv/slapthigh. Hey, what's up guys, it's Slapthigh. So today I just wanted to make a quick guide to the Eclipse raid and how you can prepare yourself for it. So going into the challenge details here, just getting right off the bat, it's going to be the same 3 encounters that we've already been doing for the Gauntlet Onslaught, but they're just going to be a little more hard. So instead of it being I think it was 44K, it's going to be 55.1K. Everybody's going to be at the base talent tree. There's going to be a loadout restriction, so you cannot switch your loadout mid-raid. But aside from those modifications and the new challenges or whatever they add to the raid, the Shinkas and the solar shields and void shields and all that are the exact same, so that you don't really have to worry about too much. But I just wanted to recommend some characters that I found worked the best for the encounters, so that maybe you have a better idea on who you should use for the 3 encounters. So for first encounter, there's a few notable characters I'd recommend to have with you. First would be a wolf. Either 1 or 2 wolves would be nice for the spread Shinkas at the end. And then Wolf can also take care of the solar shields on the particular Vandals, and I believe some of the Shanks also. And then your second character you'd probably want in there is a few Gwens, maybe 2 or 3 Gwens. She can take out the Impact Shinka and do the Void Shields, so she's really nice to have. She's also just really good at ad clear, so having one of her is, always good to have. Even though he's not on the list, I'd highly recommend Tan. Tan is actually just really good for knocking out, especially with Borealis. If you have Borealis, he can knock out pretty much all the shield, and on top of that, he's just, really good for taking out some of the bigger enemies, the harder hitting enemies, such as the giant servitors that you need to kill to clear the plates. He can pretty much easily one-tap the solar Vandals for the Scorch Cannon. And every time I run break-in, I always run Tan just because he's so good on it. But if you find yourself doing better on another character, then definitely run that character. But I would highly recommend at least 1, maybe 2 Tans. Just for the wells especially, because they are going to be raising the light level requirement, or the power requirement, sorry, to, I believe it was 51.1k. So having that extra bit of healing would be nice. And on top of healing, or speaking of healing rather, the new character Umiko is a good option because she heals, and she's also like Tan in the sense where you can use Borealis to break those different shields. She's also Void, so she has that requirement, and she's just proven to be a really good character overall with her debuff ability. She's pretty much like a reverse Tan. She does debuffs while Tan does buffs, and she's just proven to be really good. So maybe one of her would not be bad at all either. So I'd recommend building her as well. And then moving on to the Menace above, there's a few options you can choose for this one. So you're going to need rapid fire Shinkas, spread Shinkas, and then arc and void shields. So the characters that I recommend for this encounter would be a Ningfei, at least 1 or 2. And then Wolf. You're going to want 2 Wolves, each one reading preferably, because you want 1 Wolf in each room to break the heavy shank Shinka at the end, right before the Scorch Vandals. If you have 1 Wolf on each side, if they both read, then you'll be guaranteed to have 1 Wolf on each side. When my team was doing speed runs to get to the top 100 on the leaderboard last week, this is what we were doing, where we had 2 Wolves on each side. That way, we could always break that Shinka at the end and get it down as fast as possible. So preferably that's what you're going to want to do for that. And then Ningfei, the reason you want a Ningfei, obviously the arc shields, are going to be most likely a problem, especially those tracer shanks on the left. Those really get you low. Since they're raising up the power, they might hit a little harder. So you're going to want to have a Ningfei that can clear those out pretty fast. Another good option is Caber, of course. When I first did this encounter, I ran with Caber. He does just fine. I noticed Caber's damage output is a little lower. His ult is really good for ad clear, but I would think a Ningfei would be more optimal. But obviously, if you don't have a Caber and you have a Ningfei, or if you don't have a Ningfei and you have a Caber, you can switch and swap depending on what you need. I will say Caber is better just because of the rapid fire Shinka. He can clear those out with his both his weapons actually. But to be fair, you can break those shields with any weapon. A Gwen can do that, which is another character I'd recommend to have in there, a Gwen, especially for the void shields. She can also just take out those ads really quick. And yeah, so she's really good to have as well. One character I haven't mentioned, but I will say could be beneficial is a Yolder, especially if you have a really built Yolder or somebody who is actually really proficient with Yolder. That shield will do very well in defending you against all the extra ads. If they ever become overwhelming, you can always just have your Yolder pop a shield down. But I feel that, a Gwen, just with how more superior her ad clear is compared to a Yolder, I think I'd rather have a few Gwens than one Yolder, but you could not go wrong with one Yolder for sure. And again, this all comes down to personal preference and what I have found that works. I'm just giving you guys my suggestions on what you should run. Of course, it's always up to you what you want to run on your team, but this is what I would recommend. And then coming to third encounter, Tabernacle, I would say the best characters for this encounter are Tan, Gwen, Umiko, and Estella. The reason Estella, because her damage output is just so insane with her ult right now. If you've been doing any third encounters, you've probably noticed that first phasing the boss is insanely easy, especially when you have 2 to 3 Estellas. For that is because her ult is just does so much damage. And even with the talent tree limitation that they are going to be putting on the characters, I still think that her damage is optimal. For instance, I only have her at tier 1 on the talent tree, and my ult still outputs my tan damage when I have my tan at like tier 3. Definitely someone you're going to want to bring in. I'd say you'd at least want 2 Estellas, maybe 3, and then like 1 tan and 2 Gwens. You could probably squeeze an Umiko in there as well. She is, again, really good. She pretty much works like tan, but like the opposite. So having one of her, I would not be surprised if the top teams are going to be running at least one of her, just to benefit from that extra little bit of damage. So realistically, I could see there being 1 Tan, 1 Umiko, and 1 Gwen, and then the rest being on Estella. That would probably be the most optimal team for DPS. And yeah, there you have it. There's a quick little guide for how you can get prepared for the Eclipse raid coming up tomorrow. I wish everybody the best of luck going through the raid. My team is going to be doing the run tomorrow, roughly around 3 to 4 Eastern time. If you want to come watch the day 1 raid, you can catch me on Twitch. I'm going to be live over there at twitch.tv/slapthigh. We'd love to have you there if you want to watch. We're going to be aiming for the top 100. We're going to be doing it for a couple hours at least. We're going to be going for several hours trying to get to the top 100 on the leaderboard to get that nice title and the emblem. So for sure, if you have a Twitch account, come check us out. And then come also check out the Discord. We have plenty of people in there who are going to be looking to form teams to do the raid. If you're looking for a team, we have an LFG channel we just added that you can go in and you can try to find other people that are doing the raid. I will also be doing carries after we get a good spot on the leaderboard and after we get, after we figure out how to do all the mechanics. If you're going to be looking for carries, then you can definitely come over to Discord and say hi. But yep, that's pretty much everything for me. Take care and have a good one.